Hi everyone, this is Frank Rotz. I have a fishing tip series that I'm going to be working on, and this is the first one that I came up with, and it is on the often neglected Mr. Twister Keeper hook. This is actually the original. You see a lot of different variations of this style from numerous brands where you have a needle type insert there at the front with your hook for various types of Texas rigging. The Mr. Twister Keeper hook is the original and is often neglected. There's a lot of reasons to use this hook, and they still, I believe, this is a 25 pack. I believe that they do come in 25 packs still for not a lot of money. How I got introduced to these was with a Kankakee River smallmouth fishing guide, and that's just because they're really easy to use no matter pretty much what style worm you have, or crawfish, or twister, or shad body. I mean, you can probably guess how this works. Inserting it through the tip. It's kind of hard to see it through the camera when I'm doing it. Hold on. You just insert it through the tip, and it may not be perfect because this is like a bigger discontinued Cabela soft stick bait, but you know, you get the drift of this. If I push this farther in, the hook would be sticking farther out. It would be more of a Texapose style, which would have the hook protruding through here a bit. So it really doesn't, it'll rig a trick worm perfectly, not anything else, but the main gist of it is it holds every single bait pretty well, which is unusual when you're talking about hooks and versatility. I highly recommend them for that. If you fish live bait and you just want something that's easy to Texas rig, or maybe for younger anglers, or if you're just new to Texas rigging and you don't really know, you're buying different baits and you really don't know which hook you're gonna, what bait style you're gonna stay with. Like, for example, certain brands may work better obviously with a soft stick bait than a trick worm or a craw body or a creature body. This will kind of, you know, you could use these and kind of say, hey, okay, maybe I'm catching more fish on crawfish bodies. Then you can kind of pinpoint a different brand of hook. So the pluses to this hook are they'll hold a big bass, a decent sized bass, and they're economical, and they're versatile. So there's definitely some pluses to these for an older style hook, but there are some drawbacks in that this is not the sharpest point on a hook that you can get on the market by any means. I recommend sharpening them, even though I usually don't recommend sharpening hooks because you take the protective finish off. But I never had any issues with them bending or corroding, but I'm fishing for bass up north where an 8-pounder would be an extremely big fish. If you were talking 10 plus and in a heavy cover situation, this would probably not be so good. Again, I was using these on the, got my introduced to these on the Kankakee River, so it's open. It was open, and like a 3-pound smallmouth would be a big one. So there are some drawbacks, but as you can see, it holds every single bait holds this pretty good. And they stay in place very, very well because it's not like a thick diameter hook or anything. It's not a thin hook. It's not a thick. It's a little on the thin side. So I tend to like thinner gauge hooks. So from my personal preference, I really like the Mr. Twister Keeper hook. Like I said, it's the original. And I've developed about, I think, 95 tips last couple days over a couple cups of coffee that I'm going to be posting regularly. I don't know how regularly, as regular as possible. I've had several people post and ask why I haven't been posting. I got about 11 fishing articles in Midwest Outdoors, I think, in 11 months, something like that. A lot of writing. But I don't have much to write about. I'll be doing social media posts for YouTube for the tips. So please give me a thumbs up for it, and a like if you could. You know, as far as one of the themes for this channel for bass fishing is to try to get somebody the right thing the first time around, how to allocate your money, and be more successful up front. You know, bass fishing, there's such an array of stuff, and I can kind of boil the core of it down. But like I said, give these a try if you haven't, if you're newer to Texas rigging, or recommend them to somebody who is newer. Thank you for watching. Take care.